Nigeria President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has called on online content creators to create jobs for others, saying, "The digital media is now a central driver of economic growth," while emphasizing that the youths are no longer waiting to be invited into the future, that they are already building the future. Details of the president's statement as made available in a news release signed by the presidential spokesperson, Bola Ahmed on Friday reads verbatim below. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Friday called on young Nigerians active in the digital media space to harness their platforms as instruments of national progress. He urged them to build businesses that create employment, produce content that reflects unifying values, and serve as positive catalysts for societal development. He emphasized the critical importance of verifying information before amplifying it. At the opening of the Progressives Digital Media Summit, themed, "Unveiling the Critical Role of New Media in National Development," President Tinubu said, "Your generation has recognized this moment. You are using digital tools to innovate, educate, and demand accountability. But as your influence grows, so must our collective sense of purpose and responsibility. I urge you to continue using digital platforms to advance our nation's progress. Build businesses that employ others. Create content that uplifts and unites. Use your influence to foster unity, not division." He commended the creativity and resilience of Nigeria's youth as he described digital media as a driving force of economic and social transformation. "It is no longer merely an accessory to life," he said. "From developing innovative platforms to building vibrant online communities, you are demonstrating the determination that is redefining what is possible for this country. You are not waiting for the future, you are building it." Digital media is now a central driver of economic growth, civic engagement, and social change. It broadens representation for those previously unheard. The president said his administration is committed to supporting digital innovation through the National Digital Innovation Fund and policies that promote a thriving startup ecosystem. However, he warned practitioners to remain vigilant against disinformation and cyber threats. Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Bajabiamila, praised digital media practitioners who have consistently stood up for Nigeria and projected the nation positively on the global stage. "You are the vanguard of a reborn Nigeria, determined to reach for the stars." Under President Tinubu's leadership, our nation has begun its long-delayed march toward greatness. "The road may be challenging, but it is necessary," he stated. In a goodwill message, the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bola Ahmed, highlighted the significance of the summit. He noted that lessons from recent elections in countries like the US and Germany underscore how digital media have become crucial battlegrounds, beyond mere entertainment, for shaping poll outcomes. However, social media is not a fair battleground. As a public square, it is often chaotic and unregulated. Users frequently disregard rules. Divisive content is rampant. Deepfakes and AI-generated content are increasingly used against political opponents. Posts are driven by clicks, not truth or accuracy. Misinformation spreads 5 times faster than official corrections. Onanuga observed. He expressed optimism that the summit would address these challenges, focusing on strategies to combat fake news and misinformation. The summit convener, Shegun Dada, Special Assistant to the President on New Media, emphasized that in less than a decade, digital media has evolved from a tool of personal connection into a powerful engine for communication, innovation, and influence. He stressed the importance of harnessing this force for the good of Nigeria while managing inherent risks such as privacy concerns and threats to social cohesion.
It is a privilege to address you at this important digital media summit. The theme of this gathering, unveiling the central role of new media in national development, captures the spirit of our times and that of our nation. Across Nigeria, we are witnessing a surge of creativity and ambition as young Nigerians harness digital media to share their voices and shape our society. From developing new platforms to building vibrant online communities, you are demonstrating ingenuity and a commitment to progress that is redefining what is possible for this country. You are that possibility. You are not waiting to be invited into the future. You are building the future. New media is no longer an accessory to our national life. It is fast becoming a central driver of economic growth, civic engagement, and social change. It is creating opportunities for millions of young people, reducing conventional barriers to participation in politics, and enabling broader representation of those who would previously have gone unheard. Your generation has understood this moment. You are using digital tools to innovate, to educate, and to demand accountability. But as this influence grows, so too must our collective sense of purpose and responsibility. I urge you to continue using digital platforms as instruments of national progress, but you should build business that employ others, create content that uplift those around you, use your influence to foster unity and not division. We are in a world where disinformation spread easily. Verify before you amplify, please. Let the digital space reflect the value that binds us together as a people. Honestly, compassionate, discipline, and patriotism. Patriotism is not about slogans and political theater. It is about what we contribute to the common good. Every gap and every app you design, every story you tell, every brand you build is a statement to the world about who we are and what we stand for as a nation. This administration understands the importance of this new frontier. That is why we are making strategic investments in digital infrastructure and broadband expansion. We are committed to ensuring that access to the internet is not a privilege for the few, but a right enjoyed by all Nigerians. We are also supporting innovation through the National Digital Innovation Fund and nurturing the startup ecosystem with policies that promote growth and reduce unnecessary regulation. We will not lose focus on cybersecurity. Every Nigerian has the right to be protected in both the physical and digital domains. And you are the young people of this country. You remain most important, the most important investment. You are of a nation. Your ideas, your energy, and your commitment to national development are among Nigerians' greatest assets. So I challenge you to use your platforms not only for self-expression, anger, or retaliation, but for problem solving, to build solutions that addresses our nation's needs, to mentor others as we grow, and to promote digital literacy and accountability in every corner of our society. Let your leadership be defined by integrity. Let your digital footprint reflect the best of our nation. Let your actions speak of a generation that did not wait for permission to lead. Step forward with your courage and with clarity. Nigeria's path to prosperity will be shaped by many forces. Make yours inclusive and relevant. But none will be more positive than the choices made by those who dare to imagine and who possesses the skill to build. Just imagine the Falcons, our great female footballers. They were down 2-0 before halftime. Ordinary soul, unless one would have given up. But they came up with perseverance, determination, and consistency. To bring the glory to the entire nation. So let us move forward together like they did. Let your creativity continue to inspire. Let your enterprise create opportunity. And yet, your example show this generation is not only ready for the future, but ready to lead the future. I pray, may your work be guided by wisdom. May your voices will lift others. And may your generation be remembered not just for its potential, for the full achievements of the reality of our time. God bless you all.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
In line with the requirements of the ceasefire deal reached on Monday night in Malaysia, the military commanders in the three areas along the Thailand-Cambodia border have met on Tuesday, with a resolution that both sides will halt the movements of troops and enforce the ceasefire agreement while waiting till August 4, 2025 for the outcome of the General Border Committee (GBC) meeting to be held, before they will know the next line of action to be taken, which could be to evacuate troops out of the area or continue the war based on the aftermath of the GBC meeting agreed to be hosted by Cambodia next week Monday. The ceasefire mediator, who is the ASEAN chair and Malaysia Prime Minister, Anwar Ibrahim, who is currently in Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia for ASEAN meeting, said in a post via his personal verified X social media account on Tuesday that, as the ASEAN chair, Malaysia has emerged to lead efforts in reconciling Cambodia and Thailand, two neighboring countries that were nearly drawn into a more devastating conflict, adding, with the active involvement of China and the United States, we successfully achieved an immediate and unconditional ceasefire agreements. This is proof that diplomacy must guide our efforts to realize peace and resolute leadership. while stating in his earlier post after the ceasefire agreement was reached, that the ceasefire agreement is a concrete proof of the strength of ASEAN diplomacy, rooted in consensus, negotiation, and humanitarian principles. The Office of the Prime Minister of Malaysia, in a press statement published on its website, stated that, on behalf of the Malaysian government and ASEAN, I must express my deep appreciation and gratitude to both my close friends and associates, the Prime Minister of Cambodia, Samdech Hun Mane, and the Acting Prime Minister of Thailand, Phumtham Wechayoi, for not only being present, gracious enough to participate in very frank discussions, very passionate about securing peace, and due to their efforts and participation, we have seen very positive developmental results that would all go well for Cambodia and Thailand and for ASEAN. The government of Malaysia, Cambodia and Thailand issue this joint press release following the special meeting chaired, hosted and witnessed by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim in Putrajaya and participated by Cambodia's Prime Minister Samdech Mohabawatipidai Hun Mane and Thailand's Acting Prime Minister Phumtham Wechayoi, and co-organized by the United States of America with the active participation of the People's Republic of China, to promote a peaceful resolution to the ongoing situation. PM Hun Mane and Acting PM Phumtham Wechayoi have expressed the positions and willingness for immediate ceasefire and return to normalcy. The United States President, Donald J. Trump, has been in contact with the leaders of both countries, urging the leaders to find peaceful solution to the conflict. The Chinese side has kept close contact with Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, and relevant countries, to actively promote dialogue, ceasefire, and restoring peace. The presence and collaboration of all parties underscore a shared commitment to peace, dialogue, and regional stability. Both Cambodia and Thailand reached a common understanding, as follows: an immediate and unconditional ceasefire, with effect from 2400 hours, local time, midnight on the 28th of July 2025, tonight. This is a vital first step towards de-escalation and the restoration of peace and security. To convene informal meeting of regional commanders, Regional Military 1 and 2 on the Thai side and Regional Military 4 and 5 of the Cambodian side, at 7 o'clock hours on the 29th of July 2025, which means tomorrow morning, and followed by meeting with the defense attaches led by the Chair of ASEAN, if both sides agreed, and to convene a meeting of the General Border Committee, GBC, on the 4th of August 2025, to be hosted by Cambodia. As the current chair of ASEAN, Malaysia stands ready to coordinate and observe a team to verify and ensure its implementation. Malaysia will also consult with fellow ASEAN member states to participate in the observation effort. Reflecting a regional commitment to supporting peace on the ground, both sides also agreed to resume direct communications between both prime ministers, foreign ministers, and defense ministers. The foreign ministers and defense ministers of Malaysia, Cambodia, and Thailand have been instructed to develop a detailed mechanism for the implementation, verification, and reporting of the ceasefire. This mechanism will serve as a foundation for sustained peace and accountability. The meeting reaffirms the shared resolve of Malaysia, Cambodia, and Thailand to uphold the principles of international law, peaceful coexistence, and multilateral cooperation in the pursuit of a just and lasting resolution to the situation. Thank you. May I invite now Prime Minister Hun Mane. Cambodia Prime Minister Samdech Mohabawatipidai Hun Mane. Thank you, Prime Minister Anwar. Excellency Prime Minister of Malaysia and rotating chair of ASEANS, Acting Prime Minister of Thailand Phumtham Wechayoi, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a very good meeting and very good results, that hope to stop immediately the fighting that have caused many life loss, injuries, and also caused a lot of displacement of people. We have about a total of 300,000 both sides of refugees, 140,000 on Cambodian side, 160,000 on Thailand side. We hope that the solutions that Prime Minister Anwar just announced will set a condition for moving forward for our bilateral discussion to return to normalcies of the relationship and as a foundation for future de-escalation of forces. In this sense, I'd like to express my thanks to Prime Minister of Malaysia, Anwar Ibrahim for hosting this urgent and timely meeting, as well as his effort and personal initiative to mediate an immediate ceasefire between Cambodia and Thailand on 24 of July 2025. I also extended my deep appreciation to President Donald Trump for his decisive mediation on the 26th of July 2025. Cambodia values the effort of the United States and thanks its government for organizing this crucial meeting in support of peace. I wish also to thank the government of China for Republic of China for their effort and also participating in this process in order to achieve the positive outcome that we have today. I also thank you Prime Minister Phumtham Wechayai for his positive role in constructive dialogue that we had today, that leading to the agreement which will lead to the stop of fighting immediately starting from tonight and open ways for our engagement between military to military from tomorrow morning, starting with the regional commanders meeting at 7 o'clock in the morning, and also there's a possibilities of engagement after the representative from the ASEAN's attaches led by our ASEAN chairs country, Malaysia, with the approval of both sides after our meeting. And also we will have the GBC meeting between led by the Ministers of Defense, which will set a good platform for more discussion to return to normalcies. So I have once again appreciated the outcome, and we hope that, and I confidently believe that the result that we have today will provide a lot of opportunities for hundreds of thousands of people on both sides to return to normalcy and the stop of fighting between our two countries, and the time to start rebuilding trust and confidence and cooperation going forward between Cambodia and Thailand. And thank you again, Prime Minister Anwar. Thank you, Prime Minister Phumtham, who has been here and very supportive. I invite you Phumtham Wechayai to then say a few words. Acting Prime Minister of Thailand Phumtham Wechayai. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to Prime Minister Anwar, the government of China and President Trump for your good view and concern. Today's outcome reflects Thailand's desire for peaceful resolution, while continuing to protect our sovereignty and the life of our people. We agree to ceasefire with assurance measure that it will be carried out successfully in good faith by both sides. Thank you very much. The press statement made available by the Office of the Prime Minister of Malaysia ends in quotes. Royal Thai Army, in a number of press releases between Monday and Tuesday, said that commanders of military units in all three Thai-Cambodia border areas mutually agree on a ceasefire and prohibition of troop movements while awaiting the GBC meeting on the 4th of August 2025. Major General Wintai Subari, Army spokesperson, revealed the results of the meeting and discussions between military unit commanders in the Thai-Cambodia border areas held today, the 29th of July 2025, at 10 a.m. in all three areas as follows. The meeting and discussions between the 1st Army Area and Cambodian Military Region 5 were held at the Klong Luek Permanent Border Crossing, Aranyaprathet District, Sa Kaeo Province, led by the Commanding General of the 1st Army Area. Both sides agreed to refrain from troop movements to avoid suspicion while awaiting the results of the GBC meeting on the 4th of August 2025, and to allow leaders at each level to communicate directly when necessary. The meeting and discussions between the 2nd Army Area and Cambodian Military Region 4 were held at the Chong Jom Border Crossing, Kap Chong District, Surin Province, led by the Commanding General of the 2nd Army Area. The discussion points included immediate cessation of firing, prohibition of using force or weapons against civilians, refraining from reinforcing troops and prohibiting troop movements that may cause misunderstanding, as well as facilitating the return of wounded and deceased from the clashes. Both sides mutually agreed and established area-level coordination teams to jointly resolve immediate problems and prevent recurrence. The meeting and discussions between the Chanthaburi and Trat Border Defense Command, CTBDC, and Cambodian Military Region 3 conducted through the online system, led by the commander of the Chanthaburi and Trat Border Defense Command. The meeting conclusions were in line with those in the 1st Army Area. Additionally, the Army spokesperson stated that the situation along the border has successfully maintained a ceasefire since before the meetings in all three areas. Major General Wintai Subari, Army spokesperson, revealed that, on the 29th of July 2025, at 10:30 a.m., regarding the meetings and discussions between area-level military unit commanders of both countries, it has been reported that the areas under the responsibility of the 1st Army Area, namely Barafa Task Force and the Chanthaburi and Trad Border Defense Command, CTBDC, have successfully conducted meetings with the Cambodian side. As for the area under the 2nd Army Area, Suranari Task Force, coordination is currently underway to determine a suitable date and time for both parties, therefore, no discussions have taken place at this time. The Royal Thai Army will provide further information if the detailed results of the discussions show any progress. The 2nd Army Area detains surrendering Cambodian soldiers and upholds humanitarian principles in care and medical treatment of wounded personnel. Today, the 29th of July 2025, Major General Wintai Subari, Army spokesperson, disclosed that the 2nd Army Area has reported the results of detaining 18 Cambodian soldiers following the clash incident in Samtai Area, Kantharalak District, Sisaket Province. The incident occurred after the Cambodian side employed heavy weapons and indirect fire weapons, firing into Thai territory. The Thai side subsequently deployed the Cavalry Battalion Task Force to conduct counter-operations and clear Cambodian positions. During these operations, several Cambodian soldiers surrendered without displaying any threatening posture or behavior toward the Thai side. The unit proceeded to disarm and detain them according to proper procedures, strictly adhering to international humanitarian principles. The detainees comprise 18 personnel, 1 second lieutenant, 2 master sergeant second class, 12 sergeant, 2 corporal, and 1 lance corporal. Among them, 1 person sustained injuries, Sergeant Momriti, who suffered gunshot wounds to the right hip and left arm. The Thai side subsequently arranged for his surgical treatment at the hospital. Additionally, 2 fatalities were discovered in the area. Currently, all Cambodian soldiers remain under detention at a secure location within the 2nd Army Area, where basic care provisions have been arranged, including clothing, food, drinking water, and medical treatment as necessary. Care is provided in accordance with international military standards of practice and adheres to international humanitarian principles. Subsequently, relevant procedural processes will be implemented. Regarding the deceased, the Thai side will proceed to repatriate the remains of the fallen according to international standards of practice for the dignified treatment of war dead. The Royal Thai Army continues to uphold human rights principles, international humanitarian law, and the obligations of Thailand under the Geneva Conventions regarding the proper treatment of enemy soldiers and the deceased. The 2nd Army Area reported that the Cambodian side violated the ceasefire agreement, with disturbances and weapon attacks found in multiple areas. The Thai side therefore responded accordingly to the situation. Regarding the meeting between military unit leaders in the area, the Army spokesperson revealed that efforts to proceed with the meeting continue. The Royal Thai Army received a report from the 2nd Army Area regarding the situation along the Thai-Cambodia border. After the Thai side complied with the ceasefire agreement after 2,400 hours and closely monitored and tracked the frontline situation, military units in the area reported Cambodian military operations in multiple incidents throughout the night until this morning. Disturbances and the use of supporting weapons firing into Thai territory were found in several areas, including Chongbok area, Chonganma area, Samtay area, Prasattarkwai area, and Phu Ma Hua area. The Thai side responded to the situation by deploying frontline forces and using supporting weapons to suppress the Cambodian military operations. Regarding this case, Major General Wintai Subari, Army spokesperson, issued a statement that, following the joint agreement reached between the Thai government and the Cambodian government to cease military combat along the border area, effective from 2,400 hours on the 28th of July 2025, to create an opportunity for a peaceful atmosphere, reduce tensions, and promote cooperation between neighboring countries. The Royal Thai Army clarified that the Thai side strictly complied with the said agreement by implementing a ceasefire in the Thai-Cambodia border area immediately upon the designated time with sincere intentions and firm adherence to the mutual commitment agreed upon by both governments. However, it is deeply regrettable that at the designated time, the Thai side continued to detect that the Cambodian side had used weapons to attack Thai territory at multiple points, which constitutes a deliberate violation of the agreement with the intention of destroying the system of mutual trust. The Royal Thai Army therefore condemns such actions, and the Thai side finds it necessary to implement appropriate retaliatory measures under the legitimate right of self-defense. The Royal Thai Army affirms that the Thai side did not use military force for aggression but to defend against encroachment and maintain national sovereignty under international rules. Additionally, the Army spokesperson disclosed regarding the scheduled meeting between military unit leaders of both sides, which was planned to be held this morning, that efforts continue to proceed with discussions between military leaders of both countries. It is currently known that the time has been adjusted to 10 o'clock hours, and other details will be disclosed again. Today, the 29th of July 2025, at 11:45 a.m., the Royal Thai Army received reports of personnel casualties from combat on the 28th of July 2025, totaling 3 individuals as follows. 1. Master Sergeant First Class Thead Sejuj from the 3rd Infantry Battalion, 13th Infantry Brigade. 2. Sergeant First Class Aparom Songput from the 3rd Infantry Battalion, 8th Infantry Brigade. 3. Private Thead Krajangthong from the 2nd Air Defense Regiment, 2nd Air Defense Brigade. The Royal Thai Army pays tribute to the personnel who lost their lives in the performance of the duty to protect national sovereignty, and it will provide the best care for the rights and welfare of the families and descendants of these brave soldiers in honor of their sacrifice. As of the 24th of July 2025, there have been a total of 14 personnel casualties. Meanwhile, the Cambodia Ministry of National Defense has rejected the allegations made by a spokesperson for the Royal Thai Army, who accused Cambodian forces of continuing to open fire despite the agreed ceasefire. Speaking at a press briefing, Ministry spokesperson Maili Sokita said the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces, RCAF, have been strictly implementing the ceasefire agreement made between the two countries' leaders. We strongly reject the claims made by the Thai military spokesperson, who alleged gunfire exchanges and violations of the ceasefire agreement, she said. Cambodian forces have strictly implemented, and will continue to strictly implement, the Army Command's instructions and the ceasefire agreement, which took effect at midnight, she added. A statement made available by the Office of the Prime Minister of Cambodia indicated that the Cambodian PM says there's no time to rest despite ceasefire. Prime Minister Samdech Mohabova Thapade Hun Mane said this morning that he cannot rest, even though the frontline situation has eased following the ceasefire that took effect at midnight, in accordance with the agreement reached between Cambodia and Thailand at the special meeting in Malaysia yesterday. In a post on his social media platform, Samdech Thapade said that many critical tasks lie ahead, including monitoring the situation on the ground, supporting frontline forces, implementing appropriate policies for wounded and fallen soldiers, assisting hundreds of thousands of displaced people, and addressing the large-scale return of Cambodian workers from Thailand. He added that his top priority in recent days has been to find a swift solution to end the fighting in order to save lives, both military and civilian, in the conflict zones. The sooner the fighting stops, the sooner the affected people, especially the displaced, can return to their homes and resume their livelihoods, he wrote. At a time when the nation and our people are facing hardship, I may look a little older because of the gray hairs, he joked. Even if I look older and feel a little less strong than I did 10 years ago, my determination to face these challenges remains unwavering. Let's wait until the army and people are safe, and the country has returned to peace. Then it won't be too late to dye my hair. Samdech Hakamoha Senar Pade Teko Hun Sen, President of the Senate of Cambodia, has praised the ceasefire initiative of US President Donald Trump, stressing that the achievement of the remarkable initiative has saved the lives of tens of thousands of people from the Cambodia-Thailand war. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to His Excellency, President Donald Trump, for his visionary initiative in creating a ceasefire and peace between Cambodia and Thailand. This initiative is a tremendous achievement that has helped save countless lives in both Cambodia and Thailand, he said in a Facebook post last night. The Senate President also thanked the Malaysian Prime Minister, Anwar Ibrahim, who helped organize the meeting venue and facilitated this ceasefire agreement. This ceasefire and peace agreement is yielding positive and effective results, he emphasized. Moreover, Samdech Teko Hun Sen extended his gratitude to China for its support, as well as to all friendly nations that have endorsed this ceasefire agreement. I also wish to thank the people of Cambodia and Thailand, along with both nations' armed forces, for their steadfast support of this peace process, he concluded. Cambodia Ministry of Information reported that the Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training said approximately 203,706 Cambodian workers returned from Thailand between July 24 and July 27, 2025. Notably, 120,438 Cambodians returned just yesterday. Today, more than 150,000 additional workers are expected to return from Thailand to Cambodia. Over this 5-day period, nearly 400,000 Cambodian workers will have returned. If the fighting continues, even more are likely to come back. We had reported that the Royal Thai Army and the Cambodia National Ministry of Defense have both denied firing the 10 projectiles that destroyed civilian houses and properties at Emerald Triangle, a city in Laos, on Thursday, just as both government establishments confirmed early in the morning on Sunday that fighting continued through Saturday night to Sunday morning night despite President Donald Trump of the United States' U.S. statement on Saturday that he has spoken on phone with both the Prime Minister of Cambodia and the acting Prime Minister of Thailand, asking the two parties to agree on immediate ceasefire and failure to do so. According to Trump, U.S. will not make any business deal with both countries. In his words, Trump said, "We happen to be, by coincidence, currently dealing on trade with both countries, but do not want to make any deal with either country if they are fighting, and I have told them so. The call with Thailand is being made momentarily. The call with Cambodia has ended, but expect a call back regarding war stoppage and ceasefire based on what Thailand has to say. I am trying to simplify a complex situation. Many people are being killed in this war, but it very much reminds me of the conflict between Pakistan and India, which was brought to a successful halt. We had reported that Asia is apparently becoming a continent of war as hope of achieving peace in the continent appeared slim since 2023 when fresh wars broke out in the Middle East Asia after Hamas attacked Israel, forcing Israel to launch a multi-front wars in Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Iran and Yemen. This occurred as Russia, that has parts of its territory in Asia, had in 2022 launched a full-scale war against its neighboring European country, Ukraine, which the multiple wars have led to millions of deaths, with many in the world expecting an end soon. But, while many in the world hoped for permanent end to the deadly wars, another fresh war broke out during the week on Thursday in the Southeast Asia between Cambodia and Thailand after soldiers from Royal Thai Army of 14th Infantry Battalion on Wednesday stepped on a landmine at Huaibon, Chongan Ma, Nam Yuen District, Ubon Ratchathani Province, within the Thai-Cambodia border area, causing severe injury to one Thailand soldier while 4 other soldiers sustained some level of injuries, making the acting Prime Minister of Thailand, Phumtham Wechayoi, to recall the country's ambassador from Phnom Penh and expelled Cambodia's ambassador to Thailand, leading to heavy military confrontations starting next day morning, which, Cambodian news agency on Saturday reported that tens of thousands of innocent Cambodians, including children, pregnant women, and the elderly, have been forced to flee the military aggression along the border areas, including Preah Vihear, Oda Meanchey, and Persit, and the Royal Thai Army also on Saturday released a video of its men hoisting the Thai flag at a location and stated that the Thai national flag was raised atop Phu Makwea, following Thai military operations to assault and seize the Phu Makwea area, where it said the Cambodian forces had been heavily positioned, adding that the area was successfully captured during the evening of war on Friday, while the Prime Minister of Thailand, Paetongtarn Shinawatra, is currently on suspension, blamed the cause of the war on alleged powerful criminals in Cambodia, saying, the conflict stems from the Thai government's efforts to crack down on call center crimes, dismantling a network of immense financial interests linked to influential groups in Cambodia. Notwithstanding, the Prime Minister of Cambodia, Samdech Mahaborwa Thapade Hun Mane, in a statement called on Cambodians not to attack businesses and citizens of Thailand living in Cambodia, adding that, after the Prime Minister of Malaysia and the rotating chairman of ASEAN, Anwar Ibrahim, intervened in the matter on Thursday, both countries agreed to a ceasefire slated to start on Friday by 12 a.m., but, an hour after Malaysia Prime Minister told him that Thailand has agreed to the ceasefire, Thailand rescinded its decision and continued military actions against Cambodia, and the Cambodia Ministry of National Defense spokesperson, Lieutenant General Maili Sokita, in an operational updates on Saturday, said that Thailand has continued to expand its military, including its infantry forces, heavy weaponry into Cambodia territory.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Nigeria on Monday staged an uncommon welcoming ceremony to appreciate and celebrate the country women football team, who may be apparently correct to be described as winning queens of Africa, as they landed at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja after the Super Falcons of Nigeria defeated the host Lionesses of Morocco by 3-2 in a breathtaking and thrilling final football match held in Rabat, the capital city of Morocco, on Saturday, marking the 10th triumph of the Super Falcons on the continental stage after the previous triumphs in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON, consecutively in 1998, 2000, 2002, 2004, 2006, 2010, 2014, 2016, 2018 and recently for the 2024 Africa Continental Women Tournaments. Many top government officials, most especially governors and ministers like the governors of Kaduna, Uba Sani, governor of Kwara, Abdul Rahman Abdul Razak and Imho State, Hope Uzodinma, gathered for hours at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, waiting the Super Queens of Africa to arrive, and after welcoming the women football icons home, the governors led the amazing stars of Africa to the West Africa country's presidential villa known as Aso Rock, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu conferred on the 24 Super Falcons football players and the 11-member technical team the National Honors Awards of Officer of the Order of Niger, OON, and gifted them houses each in Abuja with $100,000 each for the 24 women players, which total sum is approximately equivalent to 3.6 billion nairas based on 1,500 nairas exchange rate to a dollar, pegged by the president for the 2025 financial year in the country. And in addition, the president gifted the 11-member technical team of the Super Falcons $50,000 each, which approximately represent a total of 825 million nairas, bringing the total cash gift to 4,425 million nairas. During the presentation, President Bola Ahmed said he never wanted to watch the match because he did not want to have high blood pressure, adding that the Super Falcons kept him hungrier, as his wife, the First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, was at the kitchen preparing his food while watching the match, emphasizing, the First Lady almost abandoned his dinner because of the football match, and the Super Falcons on Monday could be seen singing, praising and dancing with the First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, by thus reversing the negativity of the popular viral song of, "Nah Your Mama Be This," to, "Nah Our Mama Be This," to accept the First Lady as the mother of all in the nation, which could be recalled that, earlier in the year, specifically, in the month of March, The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, was at the Dome Event Center in Asaba in Delta State as part of her Renewed Hope Initiative project, and during her visit, a video clip of Nigeria nursing students rejecting the First Lady as the mother of all in the nation went viral and became a popular song that was remixed by many to their desired tastes and lyrics. After the viral clip showed the event's master of ceremony had introduced Oluremi Tinubu as everyone's mother, a common title for first ladies in the country, the nursing students refused to accept the designation, and when the MC declared, "Nah, our mama be this," translated as, "This is our mother," the students responded in unison, "Nah, your mama be this," translated as, "This is your mother," signaling their rejection of the title. According to Bayo Onanuga, the spokesperson to the Nigeria president on media, President Bola Tinubu has conferred national honors on all 24 players and the 11-member technical team of Nigeria's senior women's national football team, the Super Falcons, following their historic victory at the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON, in Morocco. At the presidential reception held in their honor, President Tinubu awarded each player and technical crew member the title of Officer of the Order of the Niger, OON. He also directed the allocation of one 3-bedroom apartment to each player and technical crew member in the government's Renewed Hope housing scheme. The president approved a cash award of the Naira equivalent of $100,000 to each of the 24 players, and $50,000 equivalent to each technical team member. You have inspired millions, especially young girls who now see proof that the dreams are valid and achievable. You have inspired me, too. And it's great for a nation to have assets that are the hope of today, tomorrow, and the day after. You represent that hope, you ignited that hope, and we will continue to encourage you, the next generation, and other generations after you, President Tinubu said amid cheers from the jubilant team. The president recounted the emotional moments of the final match, noting how the team's performance lifted the nation's spirits and united Nigerians from all walks of life. Your victory represents more than a sporting accomplishment. It is a triumph of courage, determination, discipline, and consistency. Honestly, I didn't want to watch the match. I didn't want to have high blood pressure, but people came in and turned my TV on that channel. When it was 2-0, I got very offended and restless. But I was still watching with the spirit of resilience, determination, and courage. And after that penalty, my strength was lifted, and I believe that of the nation was lifted too. But you almost made me angrier, hungrier, because your mother, the First Lady, was in the kitchen, nearly abandoning my dinner. She doesn't watch the game except when the girls are playing. And at the end of the final whistle, it was joy all over the country, he said. The president assured the team of his administration's continued support and commitment to sports development, pledging that the government would invest further in women's football and youth talent development across the country. Your story is a story of hope, and in this era of renewed hope, we celebrate you not just as champions of Africa, but as champions of the Nigerian dream. In a further show of appreciation, the chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum, NGF, Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, also announced a donation of 10 million nairas to each of the players and technical team members on behalf of the 36 state governors. The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, described the Super Falcons as role models and shining examples of courage and excellence. She congratulated the team for their exceptional performance and unwavering spirit, describing their journey as a testament to resilience, teamwork, and determination. You played with passion, confidence, and an unshakable belief in yourselves, that it is not over until it is over. The zeal you displayed on the pitch was nothing short of inspirational. You never wavered and reminded the world why Nigeria remains a powerhouse in African women's football. The First Lady prayed for the team's continued success and shared an earlier conversation with President Tinubu about the team's bright future as world champions. I told Mr. President this morning that you were going on to win the World Cup, and he thought I was too ambitious. But Ajibade, the team captain, just seconded that, and that is possible, he said. Super Falcons captain Rasheedat Ajibade said the victory was for the team and for every Nigerian girl who dreams of achieving greatness. Today, I stand before you not just as the captain of the Super Falcons, but as a proud daughter of Nigeria, carrying the dreams, resilience, and spirit of our great nation, she said. On behalf of my teammates, coaches, and technical staff, I express our heartfelt gratitude for this warm reception and the unwavering belief you have shown in us. Emphasizing the significance of the 10th WAFCON title, the team captain said, "This victory is not just a trophy. It is a testament to the unyielding spirit of Nigeria. It is a celebration of every young girl in our villages, towns, and cities who dares to dream. This 10th title is for you, Mr. President, for Nigerians, for Super Falcons, and for every young child who believes and dreams to be on this stage someday." Ajibade called for continued support from the government and stakeholders to elevate Nigeria's global standing in women's football. Chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Dikko, described the team's victory as a symbol of national unity, inspiration, and the triumph of belief, courage, and excellence. Dikko credited President Tinubu's administration with investing in sports development and women's empowerment. The Super Falcons' triumph is a fruit of your unwavering support for sports and women. You have always believed that sports can unite us, heal us, and uplift our spirits as one of the major drivers of the economy. And today, we have seen it happen, he stated. He commended the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, for her constant support for our women in sports. This win goes beyond sports. It is a powerful symbol of our national unity and cohesion. In those 90 minutes, Nigerians everywhere from the north, south, east and west held their breath, prayed together, cheered the team, and finally celebrated together. That is the power of sports, and indeed the power of our women in sports, he said. In an earlier press release on Sunday, Bayo Onanuga said, President Bola Tinubu has expressed his delight at the Super Falcons' spectacular victory at the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON, stating that he eagerly looks forward to receiving the trophy in Abuja. In a post-match video call with team captain Rasheedat Ajibade, her teammates, and Nigerian officials, President Tinubu congratulated the team on securing a record 10th continental title and lifting the nation's spirits. "I am very, very proud of you. The entire nation is proud of you. You have lifted our spirits. You are a pride to your generation and we are all very happy. You will be celebrated, and I congratulate all the coaches and management of the team, including the ministers and the officials," he said. The president extended his best regards to Rasheedat Ajibade, who emerged as the tournament's most valuable player and clinched the Woman of the Tournament award. He also praised Esther Okoronkwo's composure during a crucial moment in the final, describing her 64th minute penalty kick, which sparked a dramatic comeback, as very courageous. Okoronkwo created the second goal and delivered the decisive free kick that Jennifer Ekegini converted to seal Nigeria's 3-2 victory. "Safe journey home. Enjoy yourselves, avoid injuries, God bless you," the president told the jubilant players and officials, who repeatedly interjected with, "Thank you, Mr. President." Responding on behalf of the team, Ajibade thanked the president for approving the full payment of players' allowances. She assured him the team was eager to present him with the WAFCON trophy in Abuja. The lively exchange ended with a spirited rendition of the national anthem and three thunderous Bosa cheers for the president.
Honestly, I didn't want to watch tonight. I didn't want high blood pressure. But our people came in and turned my TV on to that channel. When it was 2-0, I got very offended and restless. But I
was there still watching. The indomitable spirit of resilience, determination, and courage. And after that penalty, and I saw a true one, my spirit was lifted. And I believe that of the nation, too was lifted. But what you almost did was get me hungrier, because your mother was in the kitchen almost abandoning my dinner. The game that he doesn't really watch, except the girls are the one playing. And she came running, we have won. I said, you are not yet won. And at the end of the final whistle, it was all excitement all over the country.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Royal Thai Army and the Cambodia National Ministry of Defense have both denied firing the 10 projectiles that destroyed civilian houses and properties at Emerald Triangle, a city in Laos on Thursday, just as both government establishments confirmed early in the morning on Sunday that fighting continued through Saturday night to Sunday morning night despite President Donald Trump of the United States' U.S. statement on Saturday that he has spoken on phone with both the Prime Minister of Cambodia and the acting Prime Minister of Thailand, asking the two parties to agree on immediate ceasefire and failure to do so. According to Trump, U.S. will not make any business deal with both countries. In his words, Trump said, "We happen to be, by coincidence, currently dealing on trade with both countries, but do not want to make any deal with either country if they are fighting, and I have told them so. The call with Thailand is being made momentarily. The call with Cambodia has ended, but expect a call back regarding war stoppage and ceasefire based on what Thailand has to say. I am trying to simplify a complex situation. Many people are being killed in this war, but it very much reminds me of the conflict between Pakistan and India, which was brought to a successful halt." The Lao government had on Friday reported that 10 bombs were found, having been fired into civilian areas and affecting local residents in the Emerald Triangle, a town in Laos that borders both Laos, Thailand and Cambodia. A statement from the Lao People's Armed Forces on Saturday afternoon refuted earlier media reports claiming clashes between the Lao People's Armed Forces and Cambodian armed personnel, describing the reports as untrue. Denying the shelling in Laos, the Royal Thailand Army in a statement on Saturday said that the Royal Thai Army clarifies case of artillery shells landing in Lao PDR territory in Emerald Triangle area, confirms investigation found they were not Thai forces ammunition. According to news reports, on the 24th of July 2025, at approximately 9:40 hours, 10 artillery shells landed in the territory of the Lao People's Democratic Republic, Lao PDR, in the Emerald Triangle area, which is the border junction between Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia, without clear confirmation as to which side the shells belonged to, and preliminarily there were no reports of casualties or property damage from the incident. Major General Wintai Subari, Army spokesperson, issued a clarification that following fact-finding investigations and coordination with security agencies of the Lao PDR, it is confirmed that they were definitely not shells from the Thai military side, and the Royal Thai Army has confidence in its capability to control weapon usage effectively, appropriately, proportionately, and strictly within international rules of engagement. However, in the recent period, it has often been found that the Cambodian side has been using long-range fire support weapons to attack numerous civilian targets throughout the past 2 days, which appears to be intentional and deliberate use of such weapons against targets other than military objectives, such as using weapons against historical sites, aiming to significantly mislead the international community against the Thai side. The Royal Thai Army confirms that the Thai side has strict measures for controlling weapon usage, particularly in areas adjacent to the border, to prevent impact on civilians or areas unrelated to military operations. The Royal Thai Army will continue to coordinate closely with the Lao PDR side to maintain positive relations between the two countries, the Royal Thai Army Public Relations Center, Army spokesperson team stated this on the 26th of July 2025. In a swift reaction, the Cambodia Ministry of National Defense in a statement also on Saturday, said, "The Ministry of National Defense of the Kingdom of Cambodia categorically rejects and condemns in the strongest terms the false and malicious accusation by Thailand that Cambodia deliberately launched projectiles into Laotian territory. This baseless allegation reflects a disturbing pattern of deceit by the Thai military, first fabricating lies to justify its unprovoked aggression against Cambodia, and now seeking to manipulate international opinion by undermining Cambodia's reputation. Such irresponsible rhetoric is not only patently false but dangerously inflammatory, particularly as the Lao authorities have neither concluded their investigation nor issued any such claim. Cambodia demands that Thailand immediately cease its deliberate disinformation campaign, which merely serves to deflect attention from its own flagrant violations of international law. Unlike Thailand, Cambodia has not and will not violate the sovereignty of any neighboring state, including the Lao People's Democratic Republic. Cambodia reiterates its unwavering respect for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all nations and affirms its readiness to extend full cooperation to the Lao People's Army to investigate the incident in a responsible, professional, and transparent manner, Lieutenant General Maili Sokita, Under-Secretary of State and spokesperson of the Ministry of National Defense of the Kingdom of Cambodia, stated this on Saturday, July 26, 2025. On Sunday early morning, the Royal Thailand Army issued a report and stated that, today, the 27th of July 2025, Major General Wintai Subari, Army spokesperson, addressed the latest situation, stating that Cambodia continues its military activities by employing long-range weapons and firing into Thai territory. Continuous clashes have occurred at multiple points along the front lines, with numerous long-range support weapons landing outside their intended military target areas in Surin province. Thailand therefore finds it necessary to conduct military operations in response to the continued firing of long-range support weapons such as rockets and artillery that persist in targeting Thai territory to prevent civilian casualties or losses. Yesterday, the 26th of July 2025, at approximately 15:30 hours, Cambodian artillery shells targeted the sub-district health promoting hospital at Ban Sam Meng, Village 3, South Ong Chai Subdistrict, Kantharalak District, CSA Ket Province, causing severe damage to the building structure. However, there were no fatalities or injuries, as medical personnel had previously evacuated patients from the facility. Furthermore, intelligence reports indicate potential deployment of high-performance weapons systems such as PHL-03, Room 70, and BM-21 that may provide additional support to Cambodian forces. This may reflect Cambodia's stance, which Thailand cannot yet trust. According to the latest situation, Cambodian forces have not ceased their attacks using all forms of weaponry against Thai forces. The Royal Thai Army will operate at full capacity to counter this aggression and reaffirms its continued focus on military targets that pose military threats and endanger the lives and property of our fellow citizens only, within the appropriate framework of international rules of engagement, to protect and maintain sovereignty to the best of our ability, the Royal Thai Army Public Relations Center, Army spokesperson team stated this in a press statement on the 27th of July 2025. A few minutes later, the Cambodia Ministry of National Defense reacted and stated that, the Ministry of National Defense of the Kingdom of Cambodia categorically rejects and condemns in the strongest terms the baseless and irresponsible accusation by Thailand that Cambodia initiated hostilities. This false claim is nothing more than a desperate attempt to shift attention away from Thailand's own flagrant and repeated violations of Cambodia's sovereignty and international law. The facts are indisputable. It was Thailand that launched the first wave of brutal attacks against Cambodian territory. On the 27th of July 2025, at 2 o'clock, Thai forces shelled Veal Intri location. By 2:30, they expanded the bombardment to Tarthau, Phnom 333, and Phnom Kamauch, and at 4:50, additional shelling struck Taman Tom and Tar Krabi. At 6 o'clock, Thai ground troops invaded Phnom Kamauch, and SEs, and Veal Intri location, followed by a large-scale incursion at 6:30 involving tanks and ground troops into multiple areas, including Veal Intri, 5 Makara, Phnom Kamauch, and an SEs. In a separate statement, the spokesperson of the Cambodia Ministry of National Defense added that, as of now, violations from the Thai side continue and have escalated beyond the initial incidents. Since 5 a.m. yesterday, in the operational zone of Military Region 4, Thai forces began launching continuous and intense attacks toward Bos SBOV. These escalations include the following incidents. At 10:40 a.m., Thai aircraft dropped 2 bombs on the road leading to Priya Vihar Temple. At 11:56 a.m., a Thai aircraft dropped a cluster bomb on Phnom Kamau. At 2:30 p.m., Thailand launched a ground assault using armored vehicles in the Veal Intri area. From 2:30 p.m. onward, the situation gradually de-escalated until 10 p.m. At 2 a.m., past midnight, Thai troops began a new wave of attacks on Cambodia, targeting the Veal Intri area. At 2:30 a.m., Thai forces launched additional strikes on Tar Thav and Phnom Kamau, using surveillance and combat drones. At 4:50 a.m. this morning, Thailand began artillery shelling into the territory around the Tar Mon Tom and Tar Krabi temples. At 6 a.m., Thai forces began advancing ground troops into the Phnom Kamau area. Across all conflict zones, from Tar Mon Temple to the Mom Bay area, Thailand has aggressively used heavy artillery, cluster bombs via drones, and airstrikes against Cambodian territory, Lieutenant General Maili Sokita, Under-Secretary of State and spokesperson of the Ministry of National Defense of the Kingdom of Cambodia, stated this in a statement on Sunday, July 27, 2025. We have reported that Asia is apparently becoming a continent of war as hope of achieving peace in the continent appeared slim since 2023 when fresh wars broke out in the Middle East Asia after Hamas attacked Israel, forcing Israel to launch a multi-front wars in Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Iran and Yemen. This occurred as Russia, that has parts of its territory in Asia, had in 2022 launched a full-scale war against its neighboring European country, Ukraine, which the multiple wars have led to millions of deaths, with many in the world expecting an end soon. But, while many in the world hoped for permanent end to the deadly wars, another fresh war broke out during the week on Thursday in the Southeast Asia between Cambodia and Thailand after soldiers from Royal Thai Army of 14th Infantry Battalion on Wednesday stepped on a landmine at Huaibon, Chongan Ma, Nam Yuen District, Uban Ratchathani Province, within the Thai-Cambodia border area, causing severe injury to one Thailand soldier while 4 other soldiers sustained some level of injuries, making the acting Prime Minister of Thailand, Phumtham Wechayoi, to recall the country's ambassador from Phnom Penh and expelled Cambodia's ambassador to Thailand, leading to heavy military confrontations starting next day morning, which, Cambodian news agency on Saturday reported that tens of thousands of innocent Cambodians, including children, pregnant women, and the elderly, have been forced to flee the military aggression along the border areas, including Priya Vihar, Oda Minchi, and Persit, and the Royal Thai Army also on Saturday released a video of its men hoisting the Thai flag at a location and stated that the Thai national flag was raised atop Phu Makwea, following Thai military operations to assault and seize the Phu Makwea area, where it said the Cambodian forces had been heavily positioned, adding that the area was successfully captured during the evening of war on Friday, while the Prime Minister of Thailand, Paetongtarn Shinawatra, who is currently on suspension, blamed the cause of the war on alleged powerful criminals in Cambodia, saying, the conflict stems from the Thai government's efforts to crack down on call center crimes, dismantling a network of immense financial interests linked to influential groups in Cambodia. Notwithstanding, the Prime Minister of Cambodia, Samdech Mohaborva Thapade Hun Mane, in a statement called on Cambodians not to attack businesses and citizens of Thailand living in Cambodia, adding that, after the Prime Minister of Malaysia and the rotating chairman of ASEAN, Anwar Ibrahim, intervened in the matter on Thursday, both countries agreed to a ceasefire slated to start on Friday by 12 a.m., but, an hour after Malaysia Prime Minister told him that Thailand has agreed to the ceasefire, Thailand rescinded its decision and continued military actions against Cambodia, and the Cambodia Ministry of National Defense spokesperson, Lieutenant General Maili Sokita, in an operational updates on Saturday, said that Thailand has continued to expand its military, including its infantry forces, heavy weaponry into Cambodia territory.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Asia is apparently becoming a continent of war as hope of achieving peace in the continent appeared slim since 2023 when fresh wars broke out in the Middle East Asia after Hamas attacked Israel, forcing Israel to launch a multi-front wars in Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Iran and Yemen. This occurred as Russia, that has parts of its territory in Asia, had in 2022 launched a full-scale war against its neighboring European country, Ukraine, which the multiple wars have led to millions of deaths, with many in the world expecting an end soon. But, while many in the world hoped for permanent end to the deadly wars, another fresh war broke out during the week on Thursday in the Southeast Asia between Cambodia and Thailand after soldiers from Royal Thai Army of 14th Infantry Battalion on Wednesday stepped on a landmine at Huai Bon, Chong An Ma, Nam Yuen District, Ubon Ratchathani Province, within the Thai-Cambodia border area, causing severe injury to one Thailand soldier while 4 other soldiers sustained some level of injuries, making the acting Prime Minister of Thailand, Phumtham Wechayoi, to recall the country's ambassador from Phnom Penh and expelled Cambodia's ambassador to Thailand, leading to heavy military confrontations starting next day morning, which, Cambodian news agency on Saturday reported that tens of thousands of innocent Cambodians, including children, pregnant women, and the elderly, have been forced to flee the military aggression along the border areas, including Preah Vihear, Odaminchi, and Persit, and the Royal Thai Army also on Saturday released a video of its men hoisting the Thai flag at a location and stated that the Thai national flag was raised atop Phu Makwea, following Thai military operations to assault and seize the Phu Makwea area, where it said the Cambodian forces had been heavily positioned, adding that the area was successfully captured during the evening of war on Friday, while the Prime Minister of Thailand, Paetongtarn Shinawatra, who is currently on suspension, blamed the cause of the war on alleged powerful criminals in Cambodia, saying, the conflict stems from the Thai government's efforts to crack down on call center crimes, dismantling a network of immense financial interests linked to influential groups in Cambodia. Notwithstanding, the Prime Minister of Cambodia, Samdech Mohaborva Thapade Hun Mane, in a statement called on Cambodians not to attack businesses and citizens of Thailand living in Cambodia, adding that, after the Prime Minister of Malaysia and the rotating chairman of ASEAN, Anwar Ibrahim, intervened in the matter on Thursday, both countries agreed to a ceasefire slated to start on Friday by 12 a.m., but, an hour after Malaysia Prime Minister told him that Thailand has agreed to the ceasefire, Thailand rescinded its decision and continued military actions against Cambodia, and the Cambodia Ministry of National Defense spokesperson, Lieutenant General Maili Sokita, in an operational updates on Saturday, said that Thailand has continued to expand its military, including its infantry forces, heavy weaponry into Cambodia territory. According to the Thailand military known as Royal Thai Army, the Royal Thai Army condemns the Cambodian side for the incident involving the covert placement of landmines in the border area of Chong An Ma, Nam Yuen District, Ubon Ratchathani Province, resulted in severe injuries to military personnel. On the 23rd of July 2025, at approximately 16:55 hours, An incident occurred involving Royal Thai Army personnel from the patrol team of the 14th Infantry Battalion, who encountered a landmine at Huai Bon, Chong and Ma, Nam Yuen District, Uban Ratchathani Province, within the Thai-Cambodia border operational area. The incident resulted in injuries to 5 Royal Thai Army personnel, with one soldier sustaining severe injuries to his right leg from stepping on the explosive device, and 4 others experiencing chest tightness and tinnitus from the blast concussion. They are now being treated at Nam Yuen Hospital. Tomorrow, General Panaklayu Plodtik, Chief of Army, will visit the area to monitor the situation and provide moral support to the injured personnel. He has ordered military forces from the 1st Army Area, the 2nd Army Area, and various units to prepare for operations under the Chakrafong Phawanat plan upon receiving orders. The Royal Thai Army strongly condemns this inhumane act that violates international humanitarian principles and international agreements, occurring within the Kingdom of Thailand's territory due to actions by the Cambodian side, and calls upon the Cambodian side to take responsibility for this incident, which constitutes a serious threat to peace and stability in the border region between the two countries. The Royal Thai Army affirms its commitment to utilizing all available mechanisms to take appropriate action within the proper framework, ensuring the safety of military personnel and Thai citizens while preventing further incidents of this nature. Royal Thai Army Public Relations Center, Army spokesperson team stated this on the 23rd of July 2025. Lieutenant General Maili Sokita, the Cambodia Ministry of National Defense spokesperson, while addressing the press and the public on Saturday, said that 1. Thailand keeps expanding its military, including infantry forces, heavy weaponry, and fighter jets. Thai forces launched indiscriminate attacks that targeted no specific objectives and destroyed civilian infrastructure, including schools, villages, markets, health facilities, gas stations, temples, and World Heritage sites. These attacks have also harmed innocent civilians, children, women, and the elderly, who are currently at serious risk. This constitutes a violation of international law and the Geneva Conventions. 2. Please take note that Thai troops, employing F-16 fighter jets, rained bombs on civilian settlements, killing and injuring several civilians. In Oda Minchi Province, 5 Cambodian soldiers and 8 civilians were killed, and 21 Cambodian soldiers and 50 civilians were injured, while around 35,000 people in 4 provinces, Oda Minchi, Pria Vihir, Persit, and Bante Minchi, were forced to leave their homes as a result of these attacks. 3. The Thai side continues to escalate by aggressively deploying troops to attack multiple Cambodian targets, showing no signs of de-escalation. At the same time, Thailand has declared martial law in Trat and Chanthaburi provinces and has begun expanding its military forces and armaments under the Operation Chakrabong's Buvanath plan. 4. Thailand has deliberately launched unprovoked attacks against Cambodia and is increasingly violating Cambodian sovereignty, while continuing to make exaggerated and unfounded accusations against Cambodia. This clearly reveals a premeditated plan to invade Cambodia. 5. The Ministry of National Defense of Cambodia calls on the international community, including the United Nations Security Council, ASEAN, international partners, and diplomatic missions, to strongly condemn the brazen and reckless aggression against Cambodia. 6. We call on the international community to take urgent measures to prevent further troop deployments aimed at attacking Cambodia, to ensure that Thailand respects the full territorial integrity of Cambodia, and to hold Thailand accountable for its violations of the United Nations Charter, the Geneva Conventions, and the ASEAN Treaty of Amity and Cooperation. 7. Cambodia remains firmly committed to resolving the issue peacefully in accordance with international law while reserving our right to self-defense under Article 51 of the United Nations Charter and to defend our people, sovereignty, and territorial integrity to the fullest extent against Thailand's aggression and violent acts. 8. Thailand's incursions have expanded to other provinces of Cambodia, including 5 artillery attacks in Edma Dar Commune, Viet Veng District, Persit Province. In the 4th Zone, Thailand also launched attacks in 3 locations, Veal Intri, Thead, and Chom T, on the morning of July 26. 9. Cambodia once again condemns the aggression and premeditated provocations by Thailand. Cambodia reaffirms our commitment to maintaining peace and security but nevertheless reserves the right to defend our sovereignty as a victim of the THIC's violations. We assert our principle of targeting only military objectives on the Thai side, ensuring that civilians remain unharmed. 10. Thus far, the Cambodian army has remained resolute and unwavering in its defense of Cambodia's territorial integrity, standing firm against the threats and coercion from Thailand, the Cambodia National Defense stated. The Cambodia Ministry of Information also in a statement on Saturday, stated that Thailand is using information manipulation warfare strategies to fabricate pretexts for its armed aggression of Cambodian territory, while falsely portraying itself as the victim. We would like to inform our fellow Cambodian citizens that the Thai media has colluded with the Thai government and military to fabricate and disseminate fake news aimed at demonizing Cambodia, in order to create a pretext for their own armed invasion and violation of Cambodia's territorial integrity. Both the Thai government, its military, and media outlets have employed deceptive tactics to provoke incidents according to their premeditated invasion plans. The Thai military's armed incursion was carefully planned and prepared long in advance. The blueprint of Thailand's military aggression is clear, beginning with a preemptive attack on Cambodian forces, followed by shamelessly placing all blame on Cambodia without any sense of remorse or accountability. Cambodia tells the truth. Thailand lies to the world. Cambodia has no interest in invading Thailand. Euronews reported that, as the conflict between the two countries enters its 3rd day, at least 30 people have been killed and thousands forced to flee their homes. Cambodia's UN ambassador, Chi Keo, called for an immediate, unconditional ceasefire with Thailand on Friday after the dispute between the two countries entered its 3rd day. The UN Security Council held an emergency meeting behind closed doors late Friday in New York, with all 15 members calling on the parties to de-escalate, show restraint and resolve the dispute peacefully. We also call for the peaceful solution to the dispute, said Chi Keo. He responded to accusations that Cambodia attacked Thailand, asking how a small country with no air force could attack a much larger country with an army 3 times its size, stressing, "We do not do that." Thailand's UN ambassador left the meeting without stopping to talk to reporters. But Thailand's acting Prime Minister Phumtham Wechayai said Friday that Cambodia may be guilty of war crimes due to the deaths of civilians and damage caused to a hospital. He said Thailand had exercised the utmost restraint and patience in the face of provocations and aggression from Cambodia. Meanwhile, the Thailand Ministry of Foreign Affairs in a statement on Saturday evening stated that Ministry of Foreign Affairs wishes to inform that, a few moments ago, Acting Prime Minister Phumtham Wechayai had a conversation with President Trump who requested that Thailand and Cambodia agree to a ceasefire immediately. Acting Prime Minister thanked President Trump for his concern and expressed that Thailand agrees in principle to have a ceasefire in place. However, Thailand would like to see sincere intention from the Cambodian side. Acting Prime Minister thus requested President Trump to convey to the Cambodian side that Thailand wants to convene a bilateral dialogue as soon as possible to bring forth measures and procedures for the ceasefire and the eventual peaceful resolution of the conflict. It would be recalled that on June 26, 2025, the Kingdom of Cambodia had stated in its government website that Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet raised concerns about the lack of clarity and inconsistency between the Thai Prime Minister and the Thai military regarding the closure and reopening of border checkpoints with Cambodia. Samdech Thapade noted that at times the border was completely closed, only to be reopened in certain areas. However, the reopened checkpoints permitted only limited movement, barring general public crossing, while Thailand shifted the blame to Cambodia for initiating the closure. The Premier spoke on Thursday, June 26, at the graduation ceremony at the Police Academy of Cambodia in Kandal Province. The Premier explained that on the 24th of June 2025, the Thai Prime Minister publicly announced a full border closure with Cambodia, citing the United Nations reports alleging that Cambodia was a hub for online criminal activity. Exceptions were made only for students and critically ill patients. Thai military forces began implementing the closure on that same day. Yet, later in the evening, the spokesperson for Thailand's Ministry of Foreign Affairs came forward stating that Thailand had not officially closed its borders. Then, on the morning of the 25th of June, Thai military personnel reopened some border gates for the purpose of taking photos, though the restrictions on cross-border travel remained in effect. Cambodia does not play such covered games. If we act, we take responsibility. We already made our stance clear. If you, Thailand, close the border, we will close it indefinitely until you officially reopen it. If we continue to react to your inconsistent moves, then we will never know when this will end, the Premier underscored. Samdech Thepade reaffirmed that he is currently awaiting individuals in Thailand who will hold genuine power and adopt a clear and consistent stance, with whom Cambodia can reliably engage in good faith, in order to seek joint solutions that benefit both nations and their peoples. A Malaysia-based news media, The Star, reported that Malaysia will continue engaging Cambodia and Thailand to achieve a ceasefire in the ongoing border clashes, says Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, the Prime Minister of Malaysia. The Prime Minister said that although both leaders had initially agreed to a ceasefire, fighting still persisted along the disputed border. Anwar said he has told Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Mohammed Hassan to contact his Thai and Cambodian counterparts for talks. Maybe, I will directly contact them to at least stop the shooting and continue the negotiations, said Anwar. Anwar said that during his initial call to the two leaders, they had thanked him for facilitating talks. Even though they agreed to it, there is still shooting at the border, added Anwar. Anwar, on Friday, July 25, stated that Thailand and Cambodia had agreed to a ceasefire, but requested some time as their troops were already stationed at the border and needed time to withdraw. Both countries have accused each other of starting the military clashes and have downgraded the diplomatic relations since Wednesday, July 23. Tensions between Thailand and Cambodia have been escalating since May 28, following a deadly incident in the Pria Vihir area that claimed the life of a Cambodian soldier. The two countries have been at odds for decades over various undermarketed points along their 817 kilometers long border. United States, U.S. President Donald Trump, who is currently in Scotland, said while at a golf course on Saturday that he just spoke to the Prime Minister of Cambodia relative to stopping the war with Thailand. I am calling the acting Prime Minister of Thailand right now to likewise request a ceasefire and end to the war, which is currently raging. We happen to be, by coincidence, currently dealing on trade with both countries, but do not want to make any deal with either country if they are fighting, and I have told them so. The call with Thailand is being made momentarily. The call with Cambodia has ended, but expect a call back regarding war stoppage and ceasefire based on what Thailand has to say. I am trying to simplify a complex situation. Many people are being killed in this war, but it very much reminds me of the conflict between Pakistan and India, which was brought to a successful halt. Prime Minister of Thailand, Paetongtarn Shinawatra, who is currently on suspension, in a press statement, said that, I would like to emphasize and reaffirm the government's statement that Cambodia's actions constitute a severe war crime, in violation of peaceful principles under the framework of international law and the humanitarian principles that Thailand has consistently upheld. The escalation of violence is something the government does not desire and has made every effort to prevent. However, when the opposing side initiated firing first, it became necessary to respond decisively and appropriately. Although I am unable to perform my duties in person, I have been closely monitoring the situation and receiving reports, doing everything within my capacity. I wish to send my encouragement and concern to all officials and fellow citizens along the border. I believe that every mechanism of the government is fully prepared to support the work of security forces and care for our fellow citizens to the fullest extent. This includes on-site visits by the cabinet and the establishment of compensation guidelines for those who have lost their lives or been injured. At the same time, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has utilized every channel of communication with the international community to clarify the facts regarding the cause of the conflict, which stems from the Thai government's efforts to crack down on call center crimes, dismantling a network of immense financial interests linked to influential groups in Cambodia. This is to protect Thai citizens and those of many other countries affected by this operation. I believe this may be the primary reason for Cambodia's anger, or perhaps not. Additionally, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has presented evidence of Cambodia's unjust actions, including violations of treaties, international law, human rights principles, and severe inhumanity, such as the illicit planting of landmines, initiating attacks, and targeting civilian sites such as hospitals and homes, resulting in numerous Thai casualties and injuries. These points have been raised on international platforms as well. In this situation, Thai people must unite and stand together as one. We will not yield to such despicable tactics, and nothing can overcome the unity of the Thai people. Regarding proposals from various countries to end the violence, I believe the government is ready to listen, but the key lies in the attitude and sincerity, which, so far, we have not seen from Cambodia in this matter. On behalf of the Ministry of Culture, I express my boundless gratitude for the gracious compassion of His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen, who have shown concern for the military personnel and citizens in the Thai-Cambodia border provinces. Their Majesties have graciously taken all those who lost their lives or were injured in the unrest in these areas under their royal patronage, bringing immense joy and gratitude to the families of the deceased and injured, as well as to Thai subjects across the country. Under the mission of the Ministry of Culture, I have urgently ordered 2 key tasks. 1. Ceremonial funerals granted by royal decree. As the agency responsible for conducting funerals granted by royal decree, we will carry out the tasks in accordance with the royal instructions from the Bureau of the Royal Household with utmost dignity and adherence to traditional royal customs. 2. Other assigned support missions from the provinces, such as caring for the injured, providing essential supplies and necessities, collaborating with relevant agencies to provide psychological support for those affected, and deploying personnel to assess damages in accordance with the ministry's responsibilities, such as historical sites in the area, to evaluate damage and secure funding for restoration and repairs moving forward. First and foremost, I would like to reiterate Deputy Prime Minister Phumtham's yesterday's statement that Cambodia act of aggression constitutes a grave war crime that violates the principles of peaceful resolution under international law and humanitarian principles, which Thailand has always upheld. However, the government does not condone violence and has made every effort to avoid it. But when the Cambodian side initiates the use of arms, it is necessary for us to respond in an appropriate manner. Prime Minister of Cambodia, Samdech Mohabova Thapade Hun Mane says while clarifying Cambodia's stance on the ceasefire proposed by Anwar Ibrahim, the Prime Minister of Malaysia and rotating chair of ASEAN that, given some unclear reporting in various international news outlets regarding Cambodia's position on the ceasefire proposed by His Excellency, Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia and the rotating ASEAN chair, I am obliged to clarify as follows. Yesterday evening, on the 24th of July 2025, His Excellency Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia and the rotating ASEAN chair, requested a phone conversation with me to discuss the fighting between the Cambodian and Thai militaries along the border. He expressed his concern over the conflict and his desire for an immediate ceasefire to pave way for a resolution between the two sides. I made it clear to His Excellency Anwar Ibrahim that Cambodia agreed with his proposal for a ceasefire because Cambodia did not initiate this fighting. An initial response I received from His Excellency Anwar Ibrahim after he spoke with His Excellency Phumtham Wechayai, Acting Prime Minister of Thailand, was that the Thai side had agreed to his proposal for a ceasefire, setting 12 a.m. on the 24th of July 2025 as the time for both sides to cease the fighting. However, it is regrettable that just over an hour later, The Thai side informed that they had reversed their position from agreeing to the ceasefire at 12 a.m. on the 24th of July 2025, to not agreeing and waiting for a later date. His Excellency Anwar Ibrahim is well aware of this situation. Therefore, the key to resolving the current armed conflict between Thailand and Cambodia is the genuine willingness of the Thai side to accept a ceasefire, which is the first step towards finding further solutions between the two countries. Even though there is currently fighting between the Cambodian and Thai armies at the border, I appeal to all Cambodian citizens to maintain their morality and dignity, and to avoid discrimination or any actions that could affect the Royal Thai Embassy in Cambodia, Thai companies, and Thai citizens living in Cambodia. For Cambodian citizens who are living, working, or studying in Thailand and may be facing pressure from discrimination and wish to return to Cambodia, please come back to our country. If you need assistance, please contact the Royal Embassy of Cambodia in Bangkok or the Consulate General of Cambodia in Sa Kaeo Province in Thailand. Sincere thanks to our Cambodian compatriots for coming together in large numbers for the blood donation, responding to the heartfelt appeal of He Dr. Pik Chanmani on the evening of July 24th. As a result of the blood donation drive, we received 2,117 units of blood. In addition, 9,336 individuals registered via QR code to be able to donate later. These results demonstrate the humanitarian spirit and solidarity of the Cambodian people, showing strong support for the potential needs of our heroes on the front lines and displaced people in Odar Minchi and Phria Vihir provinces.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Barely 10 days after Israeli soldiers bombed the Holy Family Catholic Church in Gaza, Benjamin Netanyahu, the State of Israel Prime Minister, has said that Israel is now being portrayed as the enemy of Christians, stating that Israel has a thriving Christian community, the only thriving Christian community in the broad radius of the Middle East, where Christians are not tolerated, they're cherished, adding, "You can light Christmas trees in Nazareth, but in Bethlehem, the birthplace of Jesus, when Israel left and the Palestinian Authority came in, the Christian majority shrank from 80% to under 20%, because there was no more Israel to protect them," though Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu did not mention the bombing of the Catholic Church in Gaza that led to the killing of 3 persons and injuring to several people, including the parish priest. It could be recalled that the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, action against the Christian holy place in Gaza sparked global condemnations, with the head of the Catholic Church, Pope Leo XIV, in a statement on Sunday, July 20, 2025, while speaking after his Angelus prayer, read out the names of those killed in the incident and said, "I appeal to the international community to observe humanitarian law and respect the obligation to protect civilians as well as the prohibition of collective punishment, of indiscriminate use of force and forced displacement of the population." During a church event on Sunday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, while speaking at the Daystars Together as One event in Jerusalem with Pastor Paula White, leader of the White House Faith Office, said, "Iran is now being projected as the friend of the Americans." Word to word of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech as transcribed and made available by the Office of the Israel Prime Minister on Sunday, reads below. Thank you Joni, thank you Daystar, thank you Paula, thank you ambassadors and the many friends of Israel in the Christian world. This is the city and the land where it all began. The Judeo-Christian tradition that promoted the belief in monotheism, a single God, that developed the idea of the sanctity of life, the sanctity of individual life, the idea of freedom. In an ancient world that was swamped with massive slavery to build these ancient empires, the Jewish people came out with the idea that slavery should be limited and ultimately removed. This was revolutionary. The beginning of the idea of freedom began in this land, and that idea spread throughout the centuries and especially in modern times, and changed the world. It gives hope to the world. It gives meaning to our lives. It gives a bond between the world's greatest democracy, the United States of America, and the world's vibrant democracy here in Israel. And that's a partnership that is bonded in faith, in history, in tradition. I had the great privilege of being invited to speak at the joint session of the American Congress. And I look on the wall and I see a quote from Moses. That's our common tradition, our common wellspring. We're immersed in the Bible. We live the Bible. We have a future because we have a past. And that past is shared by millions, hundreds of millions around the world. And I want to thank you on behalf of the people of Israel and the Jewish people for that enduring friendship, which is the mainstay of our present and future ability to live in a free, prosperous and peaceful world. But that bond is being challenged today. It is being challenged today by a fanatic fundamentalism, an Islamist fundamentalism that seeks to subjugate all Muslims, that they view as infidels, eradicate the American and obviously the Israeli presence in the Middle East. They call America the great Satan. Israel is the small Satan, perhaps. But it's a small state that's standing in their way. And we fight them. We fight them together as we recently have, with President Trump's leadership and our partnership. And yet we see the effort to break down our bond, in America and other parts of the world. That partnership that promotes Judeo-Christian values, that protects in Israel Christians as nowhere else in the Middle East, that truth is being reversed, put on its head by a campaign of lies. Israel is now portrayed as the enemy of Christians, and the enemies of Christians are portrayed as the friends of the United States. Iran, a friend of the United States, an innocent victim. The Muslim Brotherhood, who chant death to America alongside Iran, friends of America. Hamas, these monsters who burned babies, raped our women, beheaded our men, and chant death to America, friends of America. Israel has a thriving Christian community, the only thriving Christian community in the broad radius of the Middle East, where Christians are not tolerated, they're cherished. You can light Christmas trees in Nazareth, but in Bethlehem, the birthplace of Jesus, when Israel left and the Palestinian Authority came in, the Christian majority shrank from 80% to under 20%, because there was no more Israel to protect them. We cherish our Christian friends. We protect the Christian holy sites, not only the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, but in the Galilee, not only in Nazareth but in the Galilee, in Capernaum, where Jesus preached for 3 years. We uphold and cherish those sites. So Israel, the guardian of Christianity in the Middle East, is presented on American television, by purchased influences, it's presented as the enemy of Christianity. What folly, what lies, what a travesty of truth. So one of the things we have fought now, in the 7-front war, we have an 8th front, and that is the front, and the battle, for truth. And I can think of no one who can carry this battle alongside with us, no one who can do it better than you, on this channel, than you, Paula, and our many Christian friends. We must fight for our common values, we must stand up for the truth. And by standing up for the truth, you stand up with Israel, and you stand with the Jewish people against this abomination of falsehoods. We can win this war exactly as we win the 7-front war. And I thank you for your support. I want to address also the ambassadors who are here. Your countries have strong Christian communities and a strong bond with us too. And I want to thank you for your support and the many millions around the world who have voiced support for Israel during our great battles here. We haven't finished, but we're winning, and we'll continue to win. But the main thing that I want to stress is the importance of winning the battle for truth. And that is a battle that we fought even as we speak now. Israel is presented as though we are applying a campaign of starvation in Gaza. What a bold-faced lie. There is no policy of starvation in Gaza, and there is no starvation in Gaza. We enable humanitarian aid throughout the duration of the war to enter Gaza, otherwise, there would be no Gazans. And what has interdicted the supply of humanitarian aid is one force, Hamas. Again, the reverse of the truth. Hamas robs, steals this humanitarian aid and then accuses Israel of not supplying it. Well, we have enabled the amount required by international law to come in. There are hundreds and hundreds of trucks loaded with tons. So far we've supplied 1.9 million tons of food since the beginning of the war, almost 2 million tons, and now we have hundreds of trucks that are waiting on the Gazan side of the Kerem Shalom crossing. And it's international organizations, some of them very well intended, and it's the UN too, food that they purchased, and we say, go ahead, deliver it. And they say, we can't, because combat is going on. And we say, yes, where we're fighting, we'll continue to fight, but there are safe corridors. You can bring the food to anywhere you want, that is not a problem. So we have just announced that formally, here are safe corridors. And the UN has no excuses left. No excuses left. Stop lying. Stop finding excuses. Do what you have to do and stop accusing Israel deliberately of this egregious falsehood. There is no starvation in Gaza. No policy of starvation in Gaza. And I assure you that we have a commitment to achieve our war goals. We will continue to fight till we achieve the release of our hostages and the destruction of Hamas's military and governing capabilities. They shall be there no more. We shall not have any more of these massacres. We shall not have any more of these monstrosities. We stand for human freedom and human life, and that is not commensurate with Hamas or with Iran or other Iranian proxies. We have fought this battle together. We shall win it together. And I want to assure you that we have great faith in your faith, and in our faith. We have a common bond. It is strong. It is something that represents the vast majority of Americans, and I would say, just about all Israelis, and by the way, Jews and non-Jews alike, because we know that our standing together assures our common future. So I want to thank you on behalf of the State of Israel for everything that you're doing, and as the saying goes, for everything that you will do. Thank you all, thank you very much.
Osazuwakan Radio, bringing you the news in a more digital way. Osazuwakan Radio, bringing you the news in a more digital way.